All right, we are here in Collinsville, Alabama with the Collinsville girls team and Coach Tidmore, who's just punched their ticket to the Final Four. Coach Tidmore, if you would introduce yourself, and then you guys introduce yourself individually all the way up and back.
John Tidmore.
Michaela Bean. Caroline Brennan. Emma Terrell.
Riley Tillery. Maggie McKinney.
Tracy Hogan.
Sophia Wills.
Jillian Ford. Sydney Maddox.
Cadence Amison.
Hadley Hamilton.
Olivia Akins.
Hannah Glenn. Brittany Rivera. Tyler Tatum.
All right, Coach, right back to you. Coming into this season, you guys had a very, very good team last season. What were your personal expectations coming into this season, and what do you think it was about this particular team that got you to that next level and over into Birmingham out of the regionals?
I think that expectations would have been hard to dodge, but we had a bad ending last year to the season. We had some injuries and some sickness, and then we didn't play really well in the area tournament. And so I think that kind of set the stage for handling it a little differently, trying to take it one game at a time, get better every game. And I think what made the difference is the girls that you see sitting here. I think they took it as a personal challenge to get better. And I think they always had that in the back of their minds that they wanted to go further than they did last year.
What were some of the adversity that you faced this season with this team? I know everybody has troubles, ups and downs. What were some of the things you guys had faced this year along the way?
I would say the area tournament, leading into the area tournament, we went to Sand Rock and got beat, and that made it a coin toss to host. And that was definitely adversity. We didn't play very well that night. That may be an understatement. And then losing the coin toss, you got to play on the road. And then, of course, losing in the area finals sends you 2-5. And their top 10 ranked team got beat in the finals state tournament last year in overtime. So I think that's adversity at the end of the season.
And you guys actually won that game convincingly, didn't you?
Played as good a first half as I guess we've ever played. Played very well.
Do you feel like you guys were peaking heading into sub-regional and then over into the regionals?
I think we were peaking as the season went on pretty much continually. And I think maybe we beating Pisgah here kind of got us on a peak, and we kind of went down a little bit. It's hard to continue. And so then I think from the Fife game we've started back up again.
Absolutely. Seniors, raise your hand for just a second. We'll start back there with Brittany, and each one of you guys answer this. What has this season meant for you individually, knowing that it's your last season and you're out of regionals now headed to the Final Four? What has that meant for you personally as a senior?
Well, it's a great feeling because I've never been, this team's never been, and it's good just to spend this time with the team. That means a lot to me.
Absolutely.
Like she said, we've never been to the Final Four, and I hope we go all the way and make some history.
Who's our next senior?
This has been one of the better teams I've ever had with basketball. It's been really fun.
Awesome.
Just what they said. I'm not good at talking.
All right, rest of you underclassmen, we'll start right here. Knowing these seniors are going out, you guys are still playing in Birmingham, obviously from the Final Four. What has that meant to you to help these seniors get to that level, personally? And everybody who's an underclassman can answer this.
He said that he pointed at you. I understand.
Being an underclassman to help these seniors, what does it mean to you?
Well, it means for us just to work as hard, just to get them as far as they want to go. Again, it's their last time. We can only guarantee them 2 more games.
That's right. Anybody else? Everybody's too shy? Okay, let me ask you seniors this again. Sand Rock's a huge rival, correct? What was it like beating those guys when you did to advance in the tournament, of all people?
It felt good. They beat us 2 years ago, and so that was awful. That was the worst feeling ever. And so just beating them, not really to rub it in their face, it was just more, they're our rivalry, so I don't know.
Are they your biggest rival,
Yes.
Sand Rock?
Yes.
Same question.
The feeling was indescribable.
Hey, let it out now.
It's just really fun.
All right.
It was a great feeling.
We got to get some of these underclassmen talking now. All right, so you're underclassmen, raise your hand. Okay, we'll start right here and then work our way over. So we covered Collinsville obviously a lot in football this year, and the fan base here in Collinsville is unbelievable. I think y'all agree with that. Can you talk about how special it is to play in a town like Collinsville with so much support and what it means to you?
It's always been great ever since. I mean, we've never really had a bad year with fans, and everywhere we go, we've always had a big crowd in every sport. And I think we really owe it to them to go as far as we can this year with all the support they've shown us this whole season and every other sport we've played.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And but like Coach said the other day, like the whole town of Collinsville on Monday is going to be shut down. There's not going to be nobody here.
Oh, that's true.
So neither the Mexican nor the Chinese person.
Anybody else that's underclassmen?
She said it great.
She said it perfectly?
Perfectly.
Okay.
Way to do it on the spot.
I want to get, y'all ain't good on the spot? Okay. I want the team to answer these questions. Out of all of you guys, who is the best passer on the team?
Hadley.
No questions asked?
No, Hadley.
That's a unanimous. She
does
said
dress him
no.
out, though.
Who do you think it is?
Humble.
She won't admit it.
She's too humble.
She's humble?
She's very humble.
Total opposite of the football team.
That was a big problem. Treadwell was just way too humble.
Yeah. We couldn't get him to Tom. Who's the best pure shooter on the team?
Hadley.
Okay, who do you think it is?
Jansen.
All right, who is the best defender?
Coach Hogan.
Maggie
or Tyler.
Maggie or Tyler. They're
Oh, the best-
lockdown defense.
Really? Okay. Best rebounder? Brittany.
Sydney.
Who lost the most trash?
That's what my next question. Who's the Jason Perez of this team?
Where's Kelly Kilgore at?
You're the trash talker? You're the trash talker?
Yeah.
Do you and Perez talk trash to each other? Have y'all heard about the infamous KSC Blue Paul Benefield?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did. It was pretty funny.
We're not like that.
No? Not like that? Let me ask Coach this, because I don't think I'm going to get an honest answer out of you guys. Coach, who is your class clown? Who teaches you?
Hannah Glenn. And a close second, Katie Sanders.
I'm hers. She just falls. Riley's the one that falls.
I'm clumsy.
Y'all keep it. You guys keep it, fun for everybody, right? Okay, all right. Let me ask Coach this one. Who is a student of the game you think could be a coach one day?
Well, she could be a coach, but she won't because she'll be too busy running for office. But Caroline's good.
That should be a good coach. She said president.
Who is your quarterback of your team, Coach?
I think we got two. I think we got two that do that in different ways. Hadley and Olivia both are like that floor general and have the ball in their hands a lot to start things.
All right.
Who is it that you have to kind of keep an eye on and you see them, they get fired up a little bit too much and you kind of got to get them out of the game?
You got to reel them in?
Olivia.
Definitely.
She would have fit in real good on the football team. she's physical. The more physical, the better for her.
I love it. Got anything? I got a few more.
This year has been I guess it's been a historic kind of year for Collinsville sports. How does that, I guess what I want to say is, what is it feeling like in the school, and how did it make you guys feel, like the football team as far as they did, and y'all were going to the Final Four?
That's a good answer.
All right, we're about to nominate somebody.
I think think Miss Tillery should ask that question.
You told us you wanted to talk.
Yeah, but now that the camera's on me.
You're a good talker. How does it feel to you?
I feel like both teams really have worked extremely hard the past few years, and it's really starting to show with everybody. And I really think it's our time this year from how hard we've worked in previous years and everything. And everything's just kind of falling in place for us. And I think that we finally we're all focused on the same thing, and we all want it just as bad as everybody. And we're willing to do whatever we have to do to get it.
I'll say whatever it takes.
Yeah, don't.
So from last year to this year, last year had a tough, heartbreaking loss. Do y'all take that in? Do y'all keep that in the back of your head?
We're in last
place. The way you're working, you've got to work hard to get what you want to get there. So that definitely they should take a different approach this year.
Coach, did you see a difference in the off season, like workouts and stuff leading into this season?
Yeah, there was a little bit more throwing up and things like that. I think there was some difference, but I think our off season has been good every year. I just think we've stumbled a little bit late, and there's been some outside factors that have helped that along. So the biggest difference I've seen is we haven't got too high, and we've had some high points, some long win streaks, tournament titles and things like that. And I think we've stayed kind of grounded. Even though we celebrated when we won the county, I think we came instantly back down and just kind of plugged forward a little bit. So that's the main difference that I've seen.
Coach, you've been here 17 years. Have you had and practiced mostly the same offense, or do you swap it up as you find different things?
There's a couple of things that we've done since I've been here. And not just since I've been here. We were doing it when Coach Thrash was here, and we were doing it when Coach Dobbins was here. It may be a little modernized to the game, but there's a couple of things that we've kept around and we're doing pretty content. Now we'll modify them to the talent or the height or whatever we've got. But yeah, there's a couple of things that we've continued to do.
Is there one coach that you love to watch and kind of emulate?
I probably emulate Coach Thrash too much. He was a yeller.
Neil Thrash?
Screamer. Yeah, I played for him and Coach Dobbins, and but I've tried to tone that back a little bit the last few years. But I played for both of them, and I love both of them. They were great coaches, both of them. But when I played for Coach Thrash, you knew exactly where you stood every second because he was vocal. But he was vocal both ways. He was vocal good, he was vocal bad. So he let you know when you were doing it right. Coach Dobbins was the polar opposite of that. He never said anything late in his career. You just sat right here. And you figured it out on your own. And I didn't like that as good as I like getting yelled at and staying on the floor.
Right.
So I kind of stuck with that and then now it's getting harder to do that a little bit. But I think Coach Thrash, as far as competitiveness, when I played for him, when we played in here together, just that competitive want to win. I think that's what I try to emulate. Because if I can't do anything else, I can compete.
Let me ask you a question. As the game's changed over the years, and it's got more of an open court concept. I mean, a lot of teams, play all guards now, and it's an open floor. A lot of teams press up and down. It's changed over the years. What are some of the core values, like of old school basketball as we know it, that you've kind of instilled in these girls?
Where do you stand when you're 2 passes away? Red line. So that comes from Coach Thrash and Coach Dobbins. We use a red line instead of a midline that he painted on the floor I don't know how long ago. I think man-to-man defense. I think we play man.
That's it.
Try to do it good.
Absolutely.
Try to be great at that one thing. And we're always going to put in a zone, and we just never quite get around to it. Just try to be really good at that and try to be great at it.
Here's another thing I love asking coaches, and every single coach has always had a different answer. What are some of the things that you do personally to keep these girls focused with so many distractions nowadays, from cell phones to everything outside of basketball?
I think I've tried to do things in the past but I think I've seen more success this year with Coach Huggins kind of handled the mental aspect of the game in terms of leading up to the county tournament and leading up to the area tournament and then the sub-region. So I think I'd defer that question to him because I think they've kind of developed a pretty good relationship along those lines, and it's gone really well. So I'd defer that question to him.
What you do to keep these girls focused, keep them off their cell phones, keep their head in the game?
I think it goes back on them. I think it's a team that understands their goals. I think it's a team that goes to the cliche strength in numbers, and I think they come together as a team. I think they have extremely good leadership. So I think part of the mental focus is because they understand and they come together for one objective, one goal, and that's to be the best team they can be with individually the best version of themselves, which turn around becomes the best team they can be. And
let me ask you this: what is it about this leadership on this team, like these seniors, that sticks out to you the most?
They've been through before, the trials, the tribulations, the jubilations, and they felt that this season had a chance to be a special season. And each and every day they brought that attitude and that performance to make it special. Each and every day, even in practice, there are very few groups that I've ever seen that have enjoyed each and every day of their season as a team and each other, and whether it's practice, whether it's games, whether it's a road trip, home game, tournament game, they have made it a point to enjoy it and continue to make it a special season for them.
Awesome. Love it. Seniors, this one's going to be for you guys. We'll start with Brittany again. Brittany, what do you think it's going to take to go to Birmingham and actually win out and bring the state title home here?
Just stay focused, have fun, play loose.
Do y'all get kind of uptight before big games, or is it y'all been in so many now it's just kind of next game up?
We dance
Do you?
in the locker room.
Yeah.
Disco ball.
Mo Bamba.
Mo band.
Let's hear about this locker room before we go. Is it bad? I think the coaches
I came into Jackson before the regional finals, and I might have been a little nervous myself, and tight, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, and I open the door and the lights are out and there's a strobe light on, and I walk around the corner and they are literally doing exactly what they told you. They were dancing and singing, and I said, so I don't have to worry about you being loose. That's good, and it really is good.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
This seems to be the Collinsville way because the football team was the same way. I could see that they were. In the Hatchet game, the playoff game, they was just real loose and just having fun. And you look across the sideline, they were just real uptight. So.
They acted the same every week, whether it was regular season or playoffs.
Yeah.
Same question. What's it going to take?
I think if we come out like we did against San Rock and 5, that we got it. That's all that it's going to take.
Oh, God.
And Pisgah. Can't forget Pisgah.
No cats. Pisgah at home.
I think we just really need to focus on fundamentals and staying strong on purpose.
Everybody doing their job at fundamentals. Makes sense.
2-12 on the boards.
2-12 on the board.
Turn up the heat.
212 on the boards.
Mamba mentality.
At 212 degrees,
No.
water is bubbling, but at 211, it's not.
So you gotta
It makes
Put the
steam.
extra degree in.
and we're bullying.
Let Coach
words.
Yeah, let
Coach
If we don't make sense, we have a
I've heard this before. You can't explain it if you want to. Is that something coaches has taught you?
We'll pass that on to the leadership council. That's how they received it. It needs to come from them.
If you're at 211, but if you're at 212, you're up there.
You're good.
You gotta get it.
Yep.
Good. Makes sense.
That's why I like to explain it.
We got to get every girl to talk on this one. So who wants to start? We'll let our talker start. All right. What has this team and coaching staff meant to you personally? as this year's went on, and to be still in the moment here that you are, what does it mean for you personally?
Well, for the coaches, they never let any moment that we've been in get in our head. They've always made us focus on like the goal. It's never been like when we were in Jacksonville, it was never we're playing in Jacksonville. It's just we're playing every other game the way we've been all year. And with the team, there's not one day that we've had a problem with anything. Everybody's come in and we've all been focused on the same thing because we all want to accomplish it, and we realize that we all have to be into it. We have to buy into it to get it done. And so it's just been fun, but it's been serious too, and we've all treated it in a very good way.
All right.
Well, it means a lot. And Coach Hogan and Coach Shimmer, like, they always talk about culture. And like, it's hard to do these days, like when you have a team like us, like we're so close together and there's like really no problems at all between like each other, no drama or anything. Like I think it's really special, and that's really what we do every day.
I don't think I've ever been on a team with like that's had such a close bond. Like we can do anything together and like always get along, and there's not been any problems.
That's outside of basketball too, correct? You're talking now.
I just agree with all of them.
What they say.
I don't, yeah, whatever they said.
Same thing they said.
Yes. Yeah, just the bond on the team is really good. It's better than any team I've ever been on.
It's just fun, and we all get along really well.
They covered it. Yeah, just what they said. It was really good. Yeah.
Same?
Our mentality from the very beginning was that we were in last place. That's what we told each other because of what happened last year with us losing. So we came into the season saying that we're going to work until we get to first place. And so we've worked hard every practice, every game, everything to get to this spot.
2 games away now.
2 games.
2 games away.
They all hit the nail on the head.
She's a great talker.
Yes, she is.
She's a great talker.
Me?
She leads off great.
It's like a family. Like it doesn't matter if you're on the court, outside. Like we're always going to be a family no matter what. And for the coaches, they never give up on us. They always make sure we're ready, we're focused. I mean, it's just great to be on a team like this, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else.
That's awesome.
I agree with everybody else. You did a really good job.
All right. You guys got anything? Is it? Guys, we appreciate you guys so much, and we will be down there and check you guys out Monday.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.